Baby girl, you're gone, but the truth remains. You're gone. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Calling TT. I need to get my other phone. What do I need to do? Make sure. I feel like I need to get one more deck. Okay. I don't need the deck. We could do it. We could do without it. Okay. So today's live stream is going to be what shall we ask spirit? So you in the chat will get to determine what exactly we're going to be asking today, okay? What questions we're going to be asking spirit today. So if you are here during the live stream, I'm going to put a poll on the screen and select which deck you want to use, and then we're going to tap in to the frequency of that we're going to tap into the frequency of that order. We're going to call it an order, okay? So let's see. I'll be able to see what shall we ask. All right, so we have 1, 2, and 3. And if the chewing bothers you, I apologize in advance. I need it to stay grounded, okay? So these questions and answers are going to be for my people. All right. So you will have to resonate with me and my energy in order for these messages to resonate with you. Otherwise, skip along and find another reading. What's up, Sasha? What's up, big dog? He said a little ASMR. You know what I heard when you said that? Little hey, little high, little hey, little high. What was that? Stuart Little. Little hey, little high. All right, so I'm gonna show y'all the deck. Yes, I'm gonna show y'all the numbers, okay? Let's bring it down a little bit so I can see the chat too. Can y'all see the decks? Okay. All right. And let me know if the volume's okay. I can move it a little bit, but not too much, you know. That might be a little bit better. All right, so this is gonna be 1, 2, and 3. And we're gonna let that, run for about 2 minutes. Okay. All right, if you're just coming in, this is deck 1, this is deck 2, this is deck 3. So how was y'all day? As you come into the live stream, pick a deck, choose a deck. Okay. Whatever you want to ask spirit, whatever has been on your heart, your mind, your spirit, and you want clarity on, choose a deck. And then we're going to get into some questions and answers. Now, the only thing that I ask is that you ask questions that could benefit all of us. Okay. That could benefit the collective. And if you want to ask about Lil John, okay, book a personal. But this is just a way for us to tap in on a specific topic and get some clarity and some answers. What's up, Gina? So if you're just coming into the live, this is deck 1, 2, and 3. Okay, good. So we got deck 2. So everybody chose this deck. So I'm going to stop the poll. Let's get the results. Hold on. All right, Spirit, the results are in. Let's put this here. The results are in. We got deck 2. All right, so we're going to put these off to the side. Does anybody like crossword puzzles? Because I'm picking up on crossword puzzles. That could be an ancestor. Okay, I'm curious to see what order we tap into. Seeing someone love their crossword puzzles. All right. For those that chose deck 2, that resonates with deck 2. Okay, so what order, Spirit, what order is going to come in to answer questions for deck 2? All right. So we have the Magician. Now, I said that I was only going to take upright. It did come in reverse. So I'm going to read it both ways because I do feel like with the Magician energy, this is talking about manifestation. Okay, this is also the I am. I am. This is also the frequency of I am fully capable to manifest. I have everything that I need at my disposal to bring into fruition what my heart desires. So, okay, this entire reading style is going to be from a heightened sense of awareness. So, those of you that chose this pile, you have a heightened sense of awareness. Okay, you are a powerful manifester. Everything right now, the energy that's surrounding you is whatever you ask for, so it will be. So it will be. Not just whatever you ask for, whatever you think of, whatever you feel, it's manifesting. Whatever you think of, it's manifesting. Whatever you're willing to do, if you apply yourself, it's going to come into fruition. So off rip, this is the frequency. Okay. Bottom of the deck, the Wheel of Fortune. I mean, this is your winning season. Okay, Patu? So what questions do you have about your manifestations and your good luck, your good fortune? What do you wanna ask Spirit? You know? What you wanna ask Spirit? Before we get your question, Spirit, can you reveal to me 3 of the top energies? Okay. This deck, we are going to take uprights and reversals. Sasha, you asked really good questions. Okay, Spirit, reveal to me 3 of the top archetypes that I'm working with for today's reading. We have mystics. I know y'all fucking lying. Look at that. Okay. We got mystics in the light attribute. Okay. So this is saying that you rebels in intimate union with the divine. Like you love communicating with the divine. Okay. You love your relationship with the Most High. Okay, we have workaholics up in here. Okay. Raise your hand if you're a workaholic. It's okay. I'm guilty. I'm guilty. All right, it says shadow attribute compromises integrity and honesty, allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit. Okay, so it's showing up in the shadow attribute. So maybe this is addictions in some area. Now, addictions don't have to be in an unhealthy way. You can be addicted to your work. You can be addicted to your um to doing something that you love. Even too much of a good thing can become a hindrance, a blockage, you know? And and then we have child wounded in reverse. And it says blame all dysfunctional relationships on childhood wounds, resist moving on through forgiveness. Okay? So we got a little combination here, but I can handle it. Okay, I ain't afraid of a little challenge and shit. You feel me? Okay, then we have networker. We all each one teach one. We all gonna walk away with something. Okay, which is the overall goal for today's live stream is to make this shit extremely beneficial. Okay, no wasting of the time. Now, Sasha, you asked really good questions. You said Jupiter, do not knock my thing over. What are some blockages we can work on to make it easier for, I guess, our manifestations? Are some blockages we can work on easier? What manifestations are coming through? Please don't hesitate to drop some questions that the overall collective can benefit from in the chat if you are watching live. Manifestations are coming through. Taro said, can spirit tell us how best to co-create our manifestations? Are we in the right energy finally? Okay, great question. How best to co-create our manifestation? I like to call it our mani petty, but I'm just petty like that. Are we in the right energy? Okay, we have, I'm a tourist, so I just want the money, not the work. I know, right? All right, we have a need, workaholic. Is he holding me back? Was my mother right? Is he holding me back? Was my mother right? That sounds a little bit more specific. What do my success consist of? Okay, big dog. What my success consists of. So let's rephrase that. So for that situation, um, I guess what does it mean if you start having why? I guess you would say like why? What does ringing of the ears mean? I guess. Think of spirit like if you could go and sit with a billionaire and ask them how they became a billionaire, how did they manifest becoming a billionaire in their life? What would you ask them? Maybe that'll give some framework of like great questions to ask. Think of spirit like a billionaire, right? If you could go and talk to the most successful person that's ever had a relationship, what would you ask them? Whatever you want to manifest. Just think about that for a second. If you could sit with that person, what would you say? That's the space that spirit is going to hold for you. You know? And again, if I'm chewing, that's just for me to stay grounded. Wow. You ever like get on an airplane and you go really high, your ears start popping? For me, it helps with the popping of the ears. So just like that, that may be something that a gift that you have that is coming online. And so for me, when my ears pop, you said ringing, so that's different. Every time that you experience some type of physical encounter or something, let's say you ringing of the ears, that's a common one. Belching, that's a common one. At the moment when it happens, observe what it is that you're doing and program that specific thing to the feeling that you got. What feeling did spirit impress upon you? So every time it happens, it's like playing Morse code, right? Tap, 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 tap. Every time it taps 3 times, you should know what that means. Every time it taps two times, you should know what that means. So think of it like that. You have to talk back. All right. It's a two-way street, not a one-way street. And sometimes spirit communicates through people, spirit communicates through things, sound frequencies. So you have to determine what it is, because what it is for you is meant to be separate from someone else. So that way you know for sure what spirit is saying to you. So I would say definitely sit with it. All right. Even if it's just uncomfortable, sit with it and then find something that helps you deal with it. Okay. If you don't want to shut that gift off. So I hope that helps. That's a good question. How do I utilize constant? Okay, I helped you with that one. How can I manifest most rapidly and most efficiently? All right. Guarantee you this, anything worth having takes time. We need oxygen, right? It takes time for the trees to produce what we need, right? In the second stage of synthesis. So if it takes time to grow a tree, it takes time for cycles, leaves to come and go. Think of manifestation like that. You just have to find a way to deal with it, okay? Because it's not going to change. Now, you can try to get it quickly, but with everything comes with a price. Just like I can be tired of cooking and I go get McDonald's, but it's going to come with a price. Are you willing to pay the piper? Think of if you could ask yourself that question before you do anything, you would have saved yourself a lot of discomfort. But as human beings, we don't really like to think about that, not until we're forced to. So it's normal. I say what? Try everything until you find what works for you. It's like spirit is pretty much saying this culture of prevention is a condition, right? I don't want you to get sick, so I don't let you go outside and play with other people because you could get sick. I don't want you to get hurt, so I keep you inside. I don't want you talking to the wrong people. So from young, you're conditioned to prevent everything that you don't want to get your knee scraped. And every time you go and you go outside, they're gonna say, "See, that's why you scraped your knee because you didn't listen to me." So in this conditioned society of obedience, We're raised to fear mistakes. We're raised to fear experience. But through spirit, every experience will be alchemized. So when spirit lures you, because that's what happens when you feel like, you know what, I can't live in these conditions anymore. And I want to get out of these conditions. Spirit will constantly pop up on your feed an alternate reality that is luring you and tempting you to come to the edge of something. Okay. And in order to come to the edge of something, you have to sacrifice. You have to pack light and you have to sacrifice. In order to pack light, y'all remember the movie Riley when Bing Bong went over the ledge and he said, what did he say? He was like, Riley needs you, okay? Anything that you need in order to get you through life, you won't it won't flee from you. Like it won't be forgotten, okay? When you need it. So you don't have to fear like, well, what if I don't know when I go down the street? What if the roadmap that you give me when I get down the street, I forget something? I promise you, it will come up like a dream. It will come up like a sign, a big old sign. You just need to trust the signs of your intuition, because people will say trust your intuition, but what I would recommend is that you trust the signs of your intuition. How does spirit communicate to you specifically? It shouldn't be one dimensional for every single person. For you, you should have your own confirmation system for the next person and the next person, but we can all have a common denominator where we had some type of experience, right? If you look at the Bible, every time there's a miraculous conception or a major event about to happen, if we dissect it from just reading the stories, you can see that there was a sign of the time. You see what I'm saying? There was something that was preparing you, like, hey, look here, look out. That's the same thing. What are your signs? Okay. So you don't have to be afraid of falling off the cliff, because if it's not your time, your ass gonna survive. When is your time? And you know that situation, that person, or that thing is no longer needed for your inner child, for your fleshly self, or for your higher self. It will erase it. Like Bing Bong, you're gonna be in the forgotten realm. We don't need you anymore. We discard that. It's unnecessary. Put you in the trash can. That's unnecessary data. So even when you don't know, the information is still stored until it's completely no longer necessary. So when spirit lures you to the edge of your own transformation or the edge of your own manifestation, well, your precipice, let's say your precipice, it's to bring about the manifestation that you asked for. Okay. So with the mystic addict and womb, this is pretty much saying like there are phases of this development, right? Our inner child, there's wounds there, right? There's demons there. We're taught to be afraid of our demons because God would never ask you to do anything demonic, right? But demons are born from trauma. Okay, they're created. Villains are created. So essentially, the wounds that you avoid now will creep up later. And the reason why they're creeping up later in our life is because we were conditioned from young to flee away from it, okay, to not confront it. And so they put us in this bubble, an experiment. We are the petri dish, right? They put us in this bubble and they tell us, don't do this, don't do that. This is how you're going to prevent this experience. This is how you're going to prevent that experience. But they do not prepare you on how to thrive after any experience because it's meant to be a monopoly. It's meant to be a lottery. Not everybody's meant to leave. Not everybody's meant to leave the petri dish. If all the specimens are no longer participating in the experiment, then there wouldn't be anything to observe, control. There wouldn't be anything to rule. So, if you decide to leave the reef, if you decide to leave the petri dish, this is the energy that you embody. I am who I say I am. I am fill in the blanks. I am courageous. I am this. I am that. You're in your godly presence, right? So our higher self, this is our fleshly. What do we battle with? We battle with what? What do we battle with? I don't know. I don't got my phone. I would have Googled it. We battle with flesh, right? We battle with flesh. So our body wants this. Our body wants that. Our desire, we battle with our flesh, what we think we need versus what we actually need, and not knowing how to discern or decipher the difference. So you got your inner child, right? All the things that we pushed away on our inner child to stay in that blanket of comfort. And then the mystic is your higher self. So the biggest blockage right now, I'm listening, is compromising. When you feel that emotion stir up inside of you, it could be anger, it could be disgust, it can be directed to a person, right? You can feel like when I'm around this person, I get angry for no reason. Observe those emotions, right? When I'm dealing with these people or that person or this job or whatever it is, something is the emotions that I felt was anger, anxiety, disgust, right? So there's someone you either living with, around, you, whoever you like, I'm disgusted with that person. Like you're repulsed by that person, but you're compromising yourself for something, and it's creating a blockage to whatever you ask for. It literally says compromising integrity and honesty. If you're dealing with someone and you're only dealing with them because you have to, or because whatever your why is, then that is the blockage. Not that you can't have it. Two things are true at the same time. Yes, Spirit said you can have it. And yes, it will take time. Just because Spirit said you can have it doesn't mean that Spirit is going to tell you when. You ever have a child that feels so entitled and they want it when they want it? Would you want to give that child what they ask for? Not to humble you, but to put a place of perspective on how the energy you bring to the table. You understand? If you brought that energy to the table, I don't know about you, but was gonna say, I was gonna say my parents wouldn't gave it to me, but I'm gonna be 100% honest with you, because ain't no shame in my game. You told me no as a kid, and I was doing it anyway. So God bless my parents. But I did what I wanted. So I don't really know what that feels like. But I've seen it, right? I've seen it. I've seen my mom tell my siblings no. I was very observant as a child. And it just never made sense to me, right? I would do it and tell you I do it. I tell on myself. Very strange. But yeah, I was never the kid that if I was brave enough to do it, I was going to be brave enough to tell you to your face. And you weren't going to touch me either. Yeah. So I've been raised in hell for a minute. So I don't personally, you know, resonate with it, but I can empathize with it. I can understand because I've seen it happen. My siblings, my parents say no. Some would sit with that emotion and accept that and move on. Others would sneak and do it and lie about it. And yeah, I didn't like neither one. So I was the eighth child, so I just kind of determined that you're just gonna have to not like me. You're just gonna have to. I got locked in the room. I was put on punishment, but that's as far as I used to. Does that count as being in jail before? Yeah, I used to be on punishment a lot. Yeah, I was locked in bedrooms. I had to climb out the window. But you know when they say, "Do you know how my whole life that you're going to regret this because when your kids do that to me?" Mm-mm. No, I rebuked that from a long time ago. Technically, if I believed that curse, it probably would have happened, but I didn't believe that curse. I didn't believe that shit. So what I'm seeing here is all versions. The three different examples I gave you. We have the mystic, we have the addict, right? I want to do this, but you are my opposing force. So I'm going to compromise my integrity and I'm going to be obedient. And then we have the wounded child in reverse. And this is the forgotten. Like, I feel like you don't care about me anyway. So I'm just going to lie about it. All having to lie to yourself about what you really want to appease other people is the greatest wound that you can ever acquire in this lifetime. Is the one that you inflict on yourself to either fit in, to get the good child syndrome, um, the playing you against each other. There is so much here. So essentially, there's three different realities playing out for three different levels, three different personality traits. Okay. So when you ask the question, uh, what manifestations are coming through, we about to see what manifestations are coming through for all three archetypes. All right, what manifestations coming for the mystic? We have harmony, few space. Too many fish suffocate. Too many contacts drain your vibe. That's in reverse. Well, for starters, during this season, the mystic, those that revel in intimate union with the divine, you would have already got the message spiritually that it's time to detach from people. Okay. It's time for, like, spirit would have spent all this time revealing to you everybody that's the energy drain in your life. My heart's racing. I don't know, somebody running or exercising, but anyway, there's an energy drain. So spirit would have told you it's time to release the energy drains from connecting with you and not to be in solitude, but to be in alignment with your goals, to be in alignment with your manifestations and to hold that space, right? It's like hold the line. So every person that revels in the intimate union with the divine right about now, you guys have cut people off. You guys, well, actually, a lot of y'all didn't even have to cut people off. They cut themselves off. And then they're probably mad at you right now, but you don't give a fucking damn. So, well, I said cut people off. We got the knife. Oh, it cuts deep, the truth. So a lot of you guys would have also felt called to tell the truth, to speak your truth, to say how the fuck you feel, to have no filter, to be real. And the truth hurts. The guilty, the unhealed, and the guilty. It's gonna hurt. Because the truth be told, they wanna do it. Cut your state. The truth is, the person that's hurt, they want to cut people off too. They want to feel the confidence. They want to feel like they can. They really do. They really do. And you probably not taking people with you or let people know your plans, and you're moving in silence, you minding your business, you're drinking your water, and you cutting out, some of y'all even cutting out certain habits and activities. You're gonna feel everything shifts, your taste buds, your desires, things that used to be cravings, you don't even have that shit no more. So it's levels to this shit. But for those of y'all that are reveling in the intimate union with the divine, you would feel like, I don't really care to do those things anymore. I don't really care to obsess over this. I don't really care to do that. So we have growth, reward, stability. The seeds you have sown will bloom into lasting achievements. So you also are cutting out your desire of needing to know when or how something is going to happen. And trust me, this don't mean you woke up like this today. You were always like this. There's levels to this shit. You confronted these things in the light attribute of everything. So you're supposed to hold that space, not fold because the addicted person want to be with you, not fold because everybody's crying for you, right? The first thing I learned in mediumship when while dream walking is you don't touch anything. You ever go to the store and your parents tell you not to touch shit? Yes. Okay. My ass. As soon as I went in the spiritual realm, I saw a baby. Not what appeared to be a baby. At sight to me was actually not a baby. Okay. But it manifested in what I needed to see for me to cling to it. All right. So if you're navigating being a physical medium in any capacity, even a mental medium, you need to know, even if you're not an aware medium, you need to know that when you see a grown, able bodied person and you want to trauma bond with that person because you understand their struggle or you understand their wounds and the things that they've gone through, and you take on this teacher, mother, parent, whatever role. Oh, I've been there, I've done that. Let me trauma bond with you over a common denominator and let me bring myself back to this state, back to this struggle. Maybe your intention isn't to change that person, but for you to just let that person know, I've been there. Maybe you give them a word of encouragement. Maybe you, whatever it is that you do. The moment that you did that, you shifted from being a mystic to now compromising. And even though the addiction or the pattern didn't belong to you, you took it on. So now you go from having a light backpack to now you're exploring you're exploring a heavier bag. You understand? And then and now you got all these extra rocks in your bag that didn't belong to you, but now it's a part of your DNA. Now it's a part of your body. Okay. So I was in that spiritual realm and I saw this baby and it ate me up inside. And I was like, it's just a baby. It was crying and it was on the floor, like, that pitchy cry sound that makes you want to like pick that person up. Like, what's wrong? They make you want to jump up and say, what's wrong with that baby? Now my guide didn't walk with me. I was just walking through the dream realm. And on the path, I saw that baby. And I went to reach for that baby. I'll never forget it because this woke me up 4 o'clock in the morning. And it was like a loud thunder strike. And it caught my attention. I couldn't see my guide, but my guide said, don't touch her. And I was very upset with my guide. So now I'm cussing and I'm carrying on with my guide, right? Very my personality. And my guide spoke to me in a riddle. Why do you think my guide spoke to me in a riddle? So pretty much here's what my guide said. It sounded like a male's voice, but it said, what good is it to help someone else and lose yourself in the process? I call that a riddle. Okay. You could have just been very direct and said, don't touch it because it's hot. And this child is going to attach itself to you. And now you got yourself a little imp spirit attached to you. But no, I feel like my guide talked to me in a riddle because when you tell me not to do something directly, I don't receive information like that. So my guide must have been with me my whole life because every time someone says do not, if they put a do not before their sentence, I'm going to do it because you told me not to. Okay, so my guide, instead of even using reverse psychology on me, because the moment I feel like you're using reverse psychology on me, I'm going to flip out because you're using it on me. So instead of doing either, my guide pretty much sent me on a scavenger hunt to answer my own question. So this is why it's so important to know yourself so you can understand why spirit communicates to you in the way that spirit communicates to you. They already know you. You understand? Furthermore, just like that, I lost it. I lost it. What were we talking about? Somebody here thinks that I'm just talking off my own merit. Damn. And just like that, bro, I don't even know what we were fucking talking about. I don't even know what we're talking about. And I'm trying to get it back and I can't get it back. Oh, I think I know why I lost it. It says this message is being held for review. There's someone in this chat that may be a little triggered. Okay. They may be a little triggered. Why are you looking at me like that? Someone in the chat a little triggered about something. Yeah, but I was connected. Spirit was speaking through me. Someone here has a sensitive. They have to. I have to take this to God and ask God if this is something that if this is something that should be done. So there may be like I'm seeing a jar, and the jar, someone's been put in a jar, and what's happening to the jar is like you saw how octopus, you have to octopus is what I'm saying. You know how an octopus turns the lid and lets itself out? Whoever put this person in a jar doesn't want them to be let out. But if the person in the jar remembers who the fuck they are, their I am presence, they can get themselves out of the fucking jar. So I feel like this is being held for review. Like there's certain malware, okay? Whoever's in this jar, there are certain trigger words that spirit is using that is tripping their wire. So it's making them suspicious, okay? But they're crying. And spirit is showing me in real time that even though they are crying for attention, you don't pick them up no matter how much you want to. So whoever this person is seeking attention, undivided attention, that is. Or this is a message for you, and spirit is using me to tell you that if you have somebody around you that you feel they do things, they trip out and they act emotional and they do certain things, it's because they want your attention, then this is spirit giving you a confirmation not to pick that person up, not to touch them, not to cross contaminate. Do not contract a spiritual STD. Because we have addiction here. So either someone's addicted to you, or you're breaking this addiction, and your connection with the divine is helping you break this condition. Bro, is that a word? That is not a word. Okay. Whew. We got all over the place. I was like, so interesting. Very interesting. See, a lot of people will tell you that you cannot get answers from tarot, divination. You can only get clarity because answers scares people. The truth, though it sets you free, it will hurt first. So a lot of times you'll see a lot of disclaimers. This is not where you go. You don't go to tarot for answers, and that's very well true because they don't want to. The reason why they're saying that is that because they don't want to be held responsible for your reaction. And they teach you in certain religions that God doesn't answer you back. If you hear any voices or anyone is responding to you and you're talking to them, that you probably need to see a psychologist. So, not saying you shouldn't see a licensed professional, but assuming that everyone is of sound mind. Yes, if you can bubble A, B, and C and answer a test at school, you are capable of answering your wondering mind. Make that make sense. They just scared. They just scared. You just got to ask the right questions. I ain't never scared. Because if 1 + 1 = 2, why we got math with an answer? Why we got, if even language arts, there's this answer: subject, noun, verb. They say identify the noun, identify the verb. What's a verb? What's a noun? If you can answer those questions, then you could answer spiritual questions. What's manifesting for the addict? All right, so the addict It says truth, revelation, awareness, spirit, rocking chair. All right, so this is like ancestors be really helping. It's like this is why the ancestor realm is open to us, right? People think the ancestor realm is just to come in and oh, that's a form of creating an attachment, because the ancestor realm is like you clinging on to them and trying to live through. They live through you and all other stuff. Listen, with magnifying glass and rocking chair, the ancestor realm is the gate to your connection with your higher self. If you do not understand the chromosomes, the shared DNA between both parents, so you can understand what you wrestle with through your flesh, through your blood, through your DNA, you can't access your higher self. You skip a step. And what happens when you skip a step? You become an airhead, you become an air balloon. And so, well, I don't really know what ancestor, you don't have to connect with a ancestor. It is a realm. Okay. The same God that created the heavens also created hell. The same garden that was created also created the forbidden tree. So even God is aware that through creation, all these things comes from God. Because right, wrong, left, right is subjective. Up, down is subjective. You know? So first aid kit. Damn. The ancestor realm don't want you. The ancestor does not want you to heal them. They want you to heal yourself. You ever notice that when you do mediumship and you go and talk to mediums, they will, when you connect with that soul, unless they are like struggling, like they're like a lost soul or they're struggling third order soul, right? They'll tell you, they'll tell you like wisdom, love yourself, we were proud of you, things like that. And sometimes they'll ask you for familiar things because they feel like you need a blanket or a teddy bear. You understand? So if you need a blanket or a teddy bear, that doesn't make it right or wrong. It's just something you need to travel with. There's nothing wrong with taking a little binky. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with taking a binky with you or a pacifier, something that you need. And I feel like sometimes we beat ourselves up so bad because we're like, oh, I said I would never indulge in this or I would never indulge in that. It's okay to occasionally take something with you. When it's time to absolutely let it go, you will break that habit. Like my dad, he was a marble smoker, right? When I was a kid, I gave him hell about it. When I went through my depressive stages of life, I clinged to something familiar, right? So when he died, his energy in the ancestor realm helped me process experiences. And that's how I was able to heal my inner child, my father wound. So even if your ancestor is no longer living here, mother, father, grandmother, whatever, you can still heal that wound by understanding the perspective of that person in life, through life, why they made the choices they made, observing them. It helps you discover things about yourself. And so It also helped me trust my gift of mediumship because he was a soul on the other side that was helping me process. So I wasn't afraid because I had my father with me. You know what I'm saying? I needed something familiar to trust the unseen. And through it, he always showed up by making me smell familiar smells, making me smell or taste familiar things, or I would smell the smell of his shirt. Those were like my signs that he would show me to let me know that he was there to serve as a extension cord, okay, between me and the unseen. And so he would pass along the messages. And if you talk to that person in life, you know their rhetoric, you know the sound of their voice without seeing them. So that's something here. That's like if you're afraid to connect with the ancestors or you don't have an ancestor to connect with, any ancestor will show up for you. Doesn't even have to be a close relative. Um, Whatever vibration you are on, that's who will appear for you. Like in Wakanda, when Shuri was trying to connect, was connecting with the ancestors, whoever she vibrated with, that's who came to her in the vision. So it may not always be the one you want, but it's the one you need. Okay, it's the one you needed all along in life, but nobody was brave enough to tell you that shit because they didn't want to make you mad because your wounds make it hard to talk to you. Okay, and they don't want to get on your feelings. But in the spiritual realm, if you need that great, 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 great ancestor that you don't talk to no more appear, they will appear for you and they will do whatever is necessary. Okay, so you're about to start really diving deep into the truth. Okay, so some of y'all may be diving deep into the book, okay, the Bible, maybe diving deep into different research and study. And with the back and forth, like I really want to understand why I'm stuck, why I keep going back and forth, why this is being a reoccurring thing. Why can't I heal this? You need to connect with your ancestor realm. You need to. Not for them, for you. Because what you become aware of, you break generationally for future generations. Even if you say, well, I don't have no kids, you still break it. It's a spiritual thing. You still break it. And not if not in this lifetime, it breaks in some other timeline where you do have a kid. So thank you for your services. All right. So wounded child. We have ease in reverse. Rethink your reaction in times of emotional storm. Woo! Y'all don't let shit go. Okay. With this, blames all dysfunctional relationships on childhood wounds. Resist moving on through forgiveness. So what's manifesting you is every little thing someone say triggers you. When someone say you need to think before you say something, you need to think before you do. You're in this energy of don't tell me what to think, don't tell me what to say. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want to say. Blah, 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 blah. Now here's the thing. That doesn't make it wrong. That just means that you're getting it out your system. And so right now you may be serving as the villain in the story, in somebody else's story. They may be saying, damn, I want to change my life because I met this wounded person. We all are playing a necessary role in the great scheme of life. The real one, I would need you to think before you speak. I'm just kidding. I'm so serious. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm serious. How would you know? Listen, you literally just described my example. Okay. And so the patience ain't gonna be there. The patience ain't gonna be there. Okay, so right now you are serving a necessary role in everyone else's life. And so think of this like a big pod. There's three personality types that are all playing this greater scheme and a manifestation. Okay, so everybody gonna get what they want. Listen, trust me. Listen. We can teeter and tie. It's not like, don't get it twisted. I'm comfortable with my demons, and I'm sure a lot of y'all are too. If you good with your higher self, if a person tip you off right, you're gonna speak the truth. The truth may not hurt. They may not like your delivery. They may have a problem with it, but that does not negate it from being the fucking truth. We just deliver it differently. Tomato, tomato. And so it's not personal, but people just take shit personally because it's the truth they weren't ready to receive. But the thing about truth is, it doesn't ask you for an invitation. It occurs when it's necessary. We got the book, but they don't want to fucking read. I don't want to hear this. Listen, this says prophecy, guidance, and action. Okay, they don't read, they don't ask questions. They just want you to tell them everything and do everything for them. I'm not saying this is you, but I'm saying is there's in the shadow attribute. Just tell me what I want to hear, when I want to hear it, how I want to hear it. That's all I fucking care about. Right now, somebody is out here giving somebody the blues. And somebody in this chat. Okay. And then we got television. Yes. This is what I call self-soothing. You turn the TV on, you put them in a rocking chair. This when you stick them in front of the TV and you don't talk to them and their emotions get repressed and they sit up in that situation and they got all these feelings and they're like, I am the way, well, I am this way because this, and this. Channels, focus, direction. We just trying to get y'all motherfuckers. Just first, let's do the first level of learning. Are you a visual learner? Okay. We need to put you sound. You need sound and vision because shit, you probably break the TV. Break the TV. I cannot with you. Where's that dog? Okay, so that's pretty much what's manifesting. Freedom. Whatever you say you wanted is requiring. It's levels to this shit. And the wounded person gonna be mad at the mystic. The mystic gonna try not to mingle with the wounded person or the addict. And then it's gonna be like, well, I don't know what to do. But you can't be too high up that you forget that you're human. But you just gotta remember how to handle meat. Okay? How to deal with the flesh. How to handle with baby gloves. You need to put so you don't cross contaminate. So Spirit is saying learn how to mix and mingle without being afraid to handle toxins. Okay, dearie? Yeah. I hope that helped for whoever needed to hear it because that was it. So now the last thing I want you to do, y'all say I want to know about money. Y'all lying, but that's okay. I just need y'all to shut up and pick a person. Because I don't know about you, but I got everything that I want. Friends, I got everything that I want except my person. So that's what I want to talk about. My person. Where the fuck they at? Who are they? Where are they? Okay. So pick a person. So you can either be drawn to a number or an emoji. I don't know about you, but I will not be dying alone. Y'all on your own with that shit. That's not what I'm manifesting at all. I want something real good too. Let me close my eyes for this one. Is it illegal to peek, spirit? Yes. Hold on. One more. We're gonna do one more person. Yeah, let's just do three. Let's do three. Shoot, shoot, shoot. I don't even know what I picked. Okay. Let's start the poll. Pick a person. Pick a person. You ain't scared. Go ahead, pick you one of them. Choose your person wisely. Okay, sit with it because this is what's coming. No, fuck that. This is what's already here, baby. Here I am. I'm your man or woman. They came with everything you need. You and me are undefeated to the end. Oh my God, you guys. When I started singing that song, Mookie attacked Jupiter. And Jupiter represents the spouse. I like that, big dog. That is so smart. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sometimes you gotta not use your brain or your eyes and just let your hands do it. Trust your hands sometimes when your eyes be deceiving you. All right. So we're gonna go in the order. Damn. I mean, okay, I'm gonna stop it now because I don't want y'all to change your mind. Okay, so it's a verdict. Now one person chose the number 3. Exactly. Them eyes are part of the flesh. Now one person chose number 3. Said, what the I don't even know those countries. It was collective questions. Now this is going to be a person. So we are going to tap in. Number 2, y'all are up first. What's a good question? What would you want to ask your person? If you could ask your person anything, what would you want to know? You like the heli? Okay, good, good. So we're doing the helicopter first. Where the what the helicopter? What would you want to ask your person? All those that chose the helicopter. All right, what is our relationship supposed to teach us both? I like to fly. Where the fuck you been? Let me write this shit down. Okay. Where you been? Y'all don't got no manners. Y'all didn't even say like, you know, tell me something about you. You just jump right in. Damn. Tell me something about you. What do you like? Yeah, y'all just jump right to it. I hope you're not out there like that in the street. Y'all just jumping straight like, okay, what do you want? What's your 10-year goal? How y'all jump from hi, how are you? How are you doing? Good morning. Shit. I like that. See, that's a little bit more soft approach. Where are we going to meet? Where are we going to go? How will I know it's you? Okay, we're gonna start with can I pin this? Okay, first question. Where are we going to meet? How will I know it's you? Okay. Where are you guys going to meet? Your person. Helicopters. Those that chose the helicopter. Where are we going to meet? Where are we going to meet? All right. It says ease. Rethink your reaction in times of emotional storm. What is that? Therapy? You going to church or therapy or the gym? Somebody meet somebody at the gym because I literally had a vision of like the pool at the gym. It'd be so nice up in there, and then they have like the little jacuzzi thing. It's a place where you go to relieve stress, yoga, therapy, gym, church, but it feels indoors, not outdoors like walking in the park. Yeah, because some of y'all don't like to sweat out y'all press. Or y'all don't like to mess up y'all hair. Like y'all prefer I go to the gym, but I'm gonna go to the gym indoors. So it may be someone in the gym, or someone wherever you can relieve stress, pool, indoors. I wouldn't say vacation. It's not giving me like a temporary place. It's like a place where you can go back and forth. Okay, where you can blow off some steam in a relaxing type of way. How will I know it's you? How will I know it's you? Hold on. It says true riches lie not in accounts, but will that reigns in greed. Piggy bank in reverse. You know, I'm gonna say that this person may have had like a lot of money, and then they had like a really rise, and then they fell. Like the fall is telling me like either they, I mean, it's not saying that they got locked up. This could mean like they lost following, they lost subscribers. If it's a social media thing, if it's a work thing, they may have lost their job. Okay, they could have been like a boss. They may tell you like, I don't get that this person brags. I feel like they're very quiet, which makes you want to know more about them, but not in the manipulative way. It's more or less like I'm not where I want to be ideally, so I'm not pursuing anyone right now. Um, and so they're very big on approach because they came from that world already of people wanting the high life or people that want them for what they can offer. So it's not that this person isn't wealthy. They are at a phase in their life where they would have to obtain it back, but not in the same way they had it before. So if they was, back in the day, if they was a drug dealer, they don't do drugs no more. You know what I'm saying? They're reformed because we have like fan, which is like I just keep it easy. So they're very much on their spiritual path, staying away from the fast life or the fast lane. And so what may draw you to this person is how their energy is not begging for attention. Their energy is not hustling for it. Their energy is not gimme, gimme, gimme. It's like it's very neutral energy. They're in this calm space in between. I go online when I have to go online. I deal with people when I have to deal with people. But for the most part, I'm comfortable with myself. I'm comfortable in my skin. Now they have had people approach them that are kind of like, "What you want?" Da, 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 da. Or they like, "Why are you so quiet? You must be a player." Or they, I would say, when it comes to like dating, a lot of times if they do end up talking to someone, that person pursued them. Even if it's a male, that person would hit them up like, "No, I really like you. I want to talk to you. Like I'm serious." And even maybe this person's like, "Hey, I'm not where I want to be right now." The pursuer would be like, "That I don't care about none of that." But then later on, they start acting different. So it looks like when they take care of the people that they love. Um, and when they don't, they're not pressed to go out there and chase it. So it just gives me like they just easy to talk to, easy to be around. Very calm. You know that feeling when you're a kid and your parents turn off the AC during the day so they can save electricity, and then they tell you to take a nap, but they turn the fan on. You know what I'm saying? They turn the fan on, and the sound of the fan puts you to sleep. I think this person has the type of voice or demeanor that could put you to sleep. I'm gonna put you to bed. They may run a fan. But that's what I got. Okay, that's what I got for y'all for person number one. Um, how will they feel about you? How will they feel about you? What would their thoughts be about you when you guys meet each other? You know what I heard? I heard this deck wouldn't do you justice. Okay. This person feel like there ain't enough cards in the world that could describe how they feel about you when they meet you. Okay. Well, damn for sure you're not nobody's maid. Okay. Oh, this is so sweet. So, okay. It's like there's like three cards. So we have one, they're not going to be in your life. They feel like you aren't somebody that you go back and forth with. You either know you want to be with me or you don't. This person views you like a catch, someone you don't play with, someone you don't share with others, someone that you step on a platform with all 10 toes or not at all. Okay. They wouldn't want you to have to do anything. We got made in reverse. Okay. Ain't no made in Manhattan in this person's mind. They don't want you to have to stress, worry, be concerned. Okay, this is someone as well that makes me feel like they're a very active person. So you don't have to baby them, you don't have to nurture them. They're very confident. It gives me very like a gentle confidence here. And look, this is someone that would take you out, not no Netflix and chill, make it easy or some lazy love. No, let's go try things. Anything you've ever wanted to do or all activities, whatever makes you happy, let's go out there and do it. And I'm gonna do it with you. Like this is how this person feels. You know what I mean? I want to do everything with you. hmm And look, this person's also going to feel if there's distance between the two of you, or there is obstacles along the way, this person doesn't want you to feel like they are easily swayed or that they're incapable of creating distance between any opposing force or conflict. So very protective, but not invasive or possessive. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. So those of you that chose, we're going number one. What was number one? Okay, the little emoji of the head massaging. Okay, massaging the head of the man. What would you want to ask? Should I ask the same questions? Let's do the same questions. Where are we going to meet and how will I know it's you? Baby, here I am. I'm singing. Came with everything you needed. You and me are undefeated to the end. Who's that? Who's that? Trey Songz. Trick or Trey. Okay. Where, for those of you that chose the head massage, okay, where are you going to meet your person? Hmm. I'm getting nothing. That don't happen to me often. We're gonna build it up. We gotta build it up. We're gonna ask this question every day for the next 30 days. We're gonna get the questions gotta get harder and harder. Okay, we're gonna get there, but don't skip to the good part. I am really getting crickets here. Okay, I'm gonna tell you this right now. This person is going to be hard to read. Hard to weed out. It may make it very difficult for you to choose between. Yeah. It's going to be hard for you to know how this person feels about you, and it's going to be difficult for you to weed out your other options against this person. Do you know why? Because they're hard to fucking read. It's going to be hard. They're going to be hard to read. And so you're like, you don't want to necessarily ask them, like, do you like me? Are you into me? But you're going to want to know, like, put my mind at ease. That's why the emoji is rubbing the head. It gives me a headache, wondering how you feel about me. Okay, so this person may give you a headache, like you on the inside. It's like bing bong bing. I'm jumping off the wall, but I'm holding composure on the outside. But I can't tell if you got the same feelings for me that I have for you. I can't tell if you're into me. I can't tell if it's just friends or just platonic or just professional. I can't tell. So it looks like you meet each other doing something out of the ordinary. You meet each other. It feels kind of serendipitous. It's like I'm doing something out of the ordinary that I don't normally do, but I'm doing it with you. Does that make sense? Can you do that to my brain? Something creative could be involved. But it's like the fact that this person is doing something out of the ordinary with you that they don't normally do, that is the message. So your head should be at ease versus overstimulated. You see what I'm saying? It should be at ease. So I feel like this person, you guys, or something is not putting your mind at ease. Okay, how will you know it's them? They're a very loyal person. Loyalty, companionship, purity. True loyalty is by your side. Don't expect too much from others. This person, they don't expect much from a lot of people. Um, and because of that, they're very selective on who they give their time and energy to. That's why I said this person is doing something with you that they don't do with anyone else. And in that space, in that companionship, loyalty is being developed. So if you let your head make you wonder, then you would fuck up a good thing. You would mess it up because you're trying not to have your head on a swivel, or you're trying to keep your head straight, or you're trying to put your mind at ease, but you have to ease your own head or something like that. That's what I'm getting. Girl, you be making me laugh. Listen. So with pet here is like, just because we're sitting next to each other, kind of like Jupiter, like we're sitting next to each other. To the outside world, it may look like it's nothing. You do that with everybody, right? A dog go and sit by everybody's lap. But the fact that the dog is in tune with you, then the dog chose you. So you don't have to wonder if the dog is choosing you, because the dog is already has already bonded with you. You know? All right, when you guys meet, what will be how will they feel about you? This is the moment that you've been waiting for, because I feel like whoever you are, you've been wanting to know how this person feels about you. Okay. So what is their romantic feelings towards you? Television. Dun, 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 dun. Baby, you know that I miss you. I wanna be with you. But I can't now, because so kiss me through the phone. See you later on. Somebody can be an entertainer. Someone can be um like busy in some type of way. 'Cause this gave me busy, all right, committed, and we have channels. They focus on their channels. They focus on their direction, whatever they're doing in life. Okay, so you're gonna have to kiss this person through the phone. See you later on. But when I get home, all they want to talk to is you. All they think about is you. All I want is you. It's like I miss you. Can't wait to talk to you. I can't wait to see you. Like I said, I do feel like this person has had relationships that took their loyalty for granted. So they're not like jumping off the couch like a dog in heat. You know what I'm saying? But they are definitely focused. I feel like you're this person's peace, you know? You're this person's peace. Whatever they do takes a lot of their energy. Or you may be aware that whatever they do takes a lot of their energy. Maybe you're empathetic about it or you're understanding about it. And this person feels like they've never had anyone respect what they do, respect their work, their ethic, their roles, whatever positions they have in life, and that they have a lot of respect for you for that, and they would do anything for you. Truth be told, like their love language feels like very Leo energy, very I'm gonna go and get it. You have a dream, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna find a way to make it happen. You know, I believe in you. And they want to see you have. They want to see you have everything your heart's ever desired. When if you throw a dog a bone, don't they run and go get it? They ride for you on and off the fucking field. They gonna bring you back the motherfucking bone. And they're excited about it. Some people be like, "Oh, you don't have me throwing after no bones. Who you think I am?" This person is like, "No, we will win." Okay, and they have there is no one else that they want a back and forth connection with. There's no other person but you. You know, take it easy. Okay, when they gonna come from behind the phone, you gotta wait. You gotta wait. So I said for the next 30 days, we're gonna get closer and closer. Okay? Damn. You wanted to bust in the first 2 minutes. The fuck? Let me take my time with you. Let me get these treats. Okay. Now you're speaking my language. Talk to me nice, okay? I don't know. Maybe this person they like when people support them. You know, that could be a thing because we got television here. They may like when people support them. Okay, it turn them on, get them excited. Throw this dog a bone. Throw this dog a lot of bones. They like gifts. They like whatever you want. Make they tail wag. All right. So since nobody chose number 3, we're gonna ask the same questions. Nobody chose number 3. Okay. Okay, where are you gonna meet for in the future? For those of y'all that are not here, if you feel drawn to 3, where are you gonna meet this person? I hear, "Hey, big spender." Somebody could be a big spender. Somebody they like to drop the bag. Someone could have visual impairment. Okay, this person may be farsighted. Somebody's farsighted. Okay. Research, facts, and choice. So we have big spender, like a ghost. It feels like someone's always they're always working, they're always away, they're never available. Someone's never available. But they a big spender. Okay? They spend money, they wine and dine you. When they do it, they do it big. But outside of doing it big, you don't hear from this person or you don't see this person. So you don't really know much about them. I also feel like this person doesn't they'll read, they may leave your messages on read. Like they'll see it and they'll put it down. They'll put it down, girl. Down. Why they doing like that? Why they doing us like that? Like, I don't gotta respond to this right now. Okay, why are they doing us like that? They don't want to be read. This person may be aware that you try to study them or figure them out. They don't want to be read. Okay. Well, go on with your thing. So hold on. This person have an avoidant attachment style. This person, when they stay away, they feel like it makes you long for them. I think this is intentional. I feel as if someone coffee in the morning. Okay. It's like I'll reach out to you when I have something to say. If it's not important or it's not crucial, you're not on the top of my priority list type of energy. Very null and void. This is a bad check. We just gonna write void over this shit one time. We cannot cash it. I feel like this person be like energy siphoning. I'm gonna be honest with you. You could have made someone mad that you wouldn't let them energy siphon you, and so they're like chastising you. They're like chastising you by dismissing you in a very it's not even like, I want to say arrogance, but I almost felt like I couldn't say it. I feel like this person wants to control your voice, your expression, what you do. They want to see themselves in you, and they feel like you won't let them wear your skin. They like that shit. They like stepping into your body, existing through you, and then watching other people respond to you as if it's you, but they feel as if, yeah, you think you're talking to him or her, but you're actually talking to me. They want you to be their representative. They want you to be their spokesperson. They want you to be their mouthpiece. Mm, mm, mm. Okay. Now, how you will meet this person, if you haven't already, is this person may pop up in your life like, oh wow, there's a shift going, or there's an awakening. They can be spiritual. They can be into different arts and stuff, but It's giving me this energy of, Hansel and Gretel. You know how she had like the hut, and so you could naively walk into this shop, and you don't even know that the person at the shop set up a trap to cook your ass. Because this is giving me, I'm gonna turn you into coffee. I'm gonna drink you. Somebody here could be a little. Okay, I'm picking up. I mean, I don't think that would be a vampire, right? I don't. It's giving me more or less like I call you when I want to call you. I talk to you when I want to talk to you. They could actually be from another country, from whatever country you're in, or from a different real. If not, I won't get religion. It's more like a different culture, or either different culture or different country. How will you know it's this person? Mm, word on the street. You need to watch out for that one. You gonna feel like you need to protect yourself. You're gonna feel like you need to use discernment when you talk to this person. Like you should protect yourself. Like you shouldn't tell them too much. Like you shouldn't over talk. That's how you're gonna feel. It's not even like intriguing. It's more or less like, I don't think I should be telling you this. I don't think I don't think this person may if you choose not to tell them anything and you listen to your discernment, they're gonna fucking take that shit. Like I almost couldn't talk. They may have a speech impediment, okay, or they may have a slur or something, but because I can't talk right now, okay. They're gonna they're going to be mad that you won't let them tap into you. And so they're going to feel like you're being mysterious intentionally and you're holding back. And so they may be like, I don't know, you tell me. Like they may play this type of thing where they feel like you trying to read them, so they're trying to overread you. It's like mirroring you, kind of like mirroring you. But I feel like objectively, this person wants to swap places with you. They're usually a great listener, and they're like, while the person is talking, they're over there plotting their absorption process. They're processing how they're going to devour you, how they're going to make you a devotee of theirs. Now, this can be someone that doesn't even walk around with crystal. I can't talk. They don't walk around with nothing. You wouldn't even know. They may even work a normal job, or they may do a career where you wouldn't even suspect. You wouldn't even suspect it. But it's almost like they like you. The conversation with you feels intriguing because not many people know how to hold back or create a wall that they can't get past. But their wall, they thought the more that they let you in, you would jump the gun and give them all access to your subconscious mind. And when you didn't, this person dismissed you. Now, when they dismiss you, they became a monitoring spirit or a ghost that watches you. Hmm. So now this person is trying to strike a new flame with you, but they're trying to find a way in because they discarded you. I told you, look, toilet. They flushed your ass. Okay? They flushed your ass. They're like, okay, you're not wanting to get with the program. I'm dismissing you. But there's something about your energy that is going to feel rejuvenating. You give this person life. I don't know how. You give them energy. You're going to give them energy. You're going to give them life. They're going to feel like they have an encounter or an experience. God forbid if you ever decide to step into the waters of the deep Meridian trenches with this individual. Okay. Because this person wants you to lose yourself in them without any expectation of reward, without any expectation of wants. They want to eradicate you of wants and desires so they can give you new ones. Who the fuck is this? Who is this spell? Who is this person? Oh my God. So right now, clock. Ugh, Jesus. It says the countdown urges. Choose wisely before the week ends. Some of y'all about to get a call. If you haven't got a call, you about to get a call. Okay. Someone, how you gonna know it's them? Like clockwork. Something about to do with clockwork. When it comes to talking to you, this person may talk to you certain times of the year. They may only call you during holidays. They may wait for your birthday. What else? They may give you no explanation of the time in between. This person is telling themselves that they put you on timeout. They actually were punishing you. I don't know if you knew that, but this was they were never really letting you go. They were just punishing you. Sure. Keep on walking. They punishing you. That's how you gonna know it. If you come across this fox, bedtime. Oh my God, they want to put you to bed. They want to talk to you in your ear. Some of y'all, they may come to you during a certain time. They may come at your time of the month, honey. Okay, this person does. They may be trying to trap you, or ovulation time. If it ain't, is either the red room time or the ovulation time. Either one. I don't know. But this person, whatever you talk about, go take them off. This is someone that watches you, then gets upset about things that you talk about or how you protect yourself against them. They feel like they have to come into your world, into your realm to figure you out, and they don't like that. They don't ever have to do that with anybody else. But it's also intriguing because the fact that they even have to do that with you makes them feel like they've met their match. Big ass void. You can't cash this check. Something is there. This is not an empty. This it's empty, but something is occupying space. Okay. Okay. Intimacy, embrace. Be brave to embrace intimacy and create a meaningful connection. This person wants you serenaded. Okay. They want you swindled, hoodwinked, bamboozled, whatever it is that they call it. They want you under that spell. They feel like you are ripe for the picking. You are a sweet, sweet fruit that's ripe from something forbidden, and they want to squeeze the forbiddenness out of you and drink it, literally. So whatever parts of you that is restricting that forbiddenness to come out, they want to squeeze it out of you. They want to wring you fucking, not even dry. I feel like they want to extract that potency out of you. Okay, they do. And they want it to germinate. What's that process they put it through when you take grapes and you put it in a cup, you strain it, and then you put it on a. They want to make moonshine out of your ass. They want it. Oh my God, what in the sorcerer's stone is going on here? Okay, they want to make moonshine out of your ass. And so if you're saying, no, I can't do this or I can't do that, they want you saying nothing but okay, yes. They don't want no to be in your vocabulary, not when it comes to them. And they feel like they have to factory reset and reprogram your ass. Mm-mm-mm. Firmament. Yes, ferment. They want to ferment you. Mm-mm-mm. They feel like you got these walls and these barriers that restrict you from being. My my mouth keeps wanting to say the word submissive, but submissive is a soft term for what I see. A person, red pill person, ain't got nothing on this individual. Nothing. Now, if you ask, hypothetically speaking, if you gave this person this, if you gave it to them, if you unlocked the door and you let them fucking in, what would happen? The people want to know. I'm intrigued. The people want to know. Y'all know I like hot pots, I like hot stoves and shit. What would happen? What I told you. Mirror. It's you. Guys and girls, it's you. This person is you. Oh my God. It says relationships, dynamics, honesty. The mirror shows your relationship dynamic. Be honest with your role. It's like this person will show you who you really are. Who you really are. It's like you got something inside of you that should never be hidden or restrained, but you restrain it. It's almost like you're afraid of it. You know, it's like anxiety, right? Or something. It's like, no, I can't let this part out of me. I can't let the freak out. I can't let the freak out. Oh my God. Can't. Just can't do it. There's a side I can't look at myself like that. Whatever you said, right? Think of like the most darkest thought you've ever had, right? Oh no, I can't let myself. This person knows that. Or let's say if you've ever said, "Oh, I could never do that." This is someone that would be like, they would smile at you like that. They would be like, okay. And they wouldn't even say like okay or nothing. The fact that you say I would never do that. I could never. Me, no, I would never. Like it intrigues this person to let me find out. Mm-mm-mm. Let me find out. Does this person mean harm? Blender. Ah, run, run. I don't know what type of shit this person into, but run. They have no boundary. They have no. They have no. You know how there's a limit to how far you will go? They don't have none. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. Whatever they have to do to get what it is that they. This is a mad scientist of some sort. Mad scientist. Your routine is about to be blended. The next mixture will surprise you. This person wants to co-create something with you. When you put stuff in the blender, you put all the ingredients in. So that's all the chromosomes. Some of y'all, child, if someone get the opportunity, they're gonna big you up if you can still have children. Okay? They want to manifest themselves in you, which means they want to put something inside of you that germinates and grows. Okay? It's giving 13, 13 sign. They want Ophiuchus. They want, I want to give birth to a demigod type shit. I'm trying to resurrect something up in you. Okay, what was this person's romantic feelings be towards you? They don't want you to work. Um, got me feeling so crazy right now. Your love's got me feeling so crazy right now. That's what this person want to do. I hate you so much right now. But then you can't get out because you're like lock and key. You're stuck in the mirror. Okay, your ass is in the mirror. Who gonna set you free? Girls, listen. What's a romantic first aid kit? This person wants to perform a ritual, but it's hidden in plain sight. I mean, it's like cooking you a plate of food and you don't realize that you're eating their saison. It's like making you breakfast in bed and you feel like, oh, I just feel so much energy. And this person just rubs your head and yeah, you feel energized because they're luring the energy out of you. So you revel in the comfort of the more comfortable you are, the more you reveal. And you don't have to reveal through words because they feel like you protect yourself with what you can hear. But you don't pick up on the nonverbal communication. This person is meant to teach you nonverbal communication. How to discern that shit. That's the most important shit. It's in the things that people don't say. This person believes that they're a god. Okay. And this person feels as if with your foresight, like it won't be enjoyable, but I'll clean you up, right? It may be painful accepting this. And so I won't take you the brutal path where I tell you what I'm gonna do and then watch you give into it. I'm gonna say nothing and just do it when you're at your most comfortable, when you're at your most vulnerable, when you are at your most relaxed. Okay? How do you make a person relax? You do the same thing consistently, repetitiously, without cease. You develop a sense of trust and loyalty. The longer you wait, the sweeter the juice. And then after performing the act of whatever it is, it may hurt a little. Whatever it is, you're going to need a first aid kit. But they're also going to be willing to clean it up. This is crazy. They're willing to clean it up. Ciao. The problem that this person is going to have with you is you're going to want to know what you want with me, what your intentions are. You're going to want to know up front. And that's your intuition protecting you because you're sensing something. What you're sensing can't be explained with words. I try to do the best I could, but what you're sensing can't be explained with words. And so this person's going to feel like you want quick results. And this person feels like they can't, even though they want to just rip the band aid off and be like, I'm going to do this to you. Get the picture? They know if they do that, you'll run. They know. Because we have mini bar. They know you'll run. And they don't want you to run. Now, y'all, I don't know. This can be anyone. This needs high alert. Because this the type of shit that I have a person go from talking normal to now they talk while they sing to talk. I mean, I'm not talking about what I be doing on this channel. Don't come for me. I ain't sent for you. But what I'm talking about is they would be like they would turn you into a High School Musical. Ah, you want to be singing like that all the time? I was going to the store to fetch some milk and get some more. That's how these motherfuckers have you outside looking. If you run from this person, it's gonna trip. They're gonna trip out. Somebody could be from New Orleans. They're gonna trip out because they done set up all these booby traps. I heard that song. You better not run up on me. If you do, then I'm gonna trip out. And I said trip all day, and I did not hear that song until I got to this message. I kept saying trip wires, and it never triggered. It never dawned on me. I feel like there's a part of your soul that longs not to belong, but to feel safe. And this person is meant to teach you that it ain't never safe. It ain't never gonna be safe.